Hello everybody, this is a new section of my YouTube channel / business career. We are starting a diary. Well, I've had the diary started, but this is my weekly update on the diary. Start off with a quick intro of myself, then break down my week. So, I am trying to start my own business. I'm currently doing digital marketing, and I'm hoping to grow that into a business so I can quit college and become a millionaire, which would be absolutely amazing. I am very big into the Christian faith and have a great relationship with God. And I'm just overall trying to better myself. Been trying to go over no fap and doing no fap. Also try to be in the gym as much as possible. So start off getting last week. Wasn't feeling great, but I was on a 10 hours of sleep for 4 days because I was just busy doing stuff, and I was typically averaging about 4 hours per night, which was not good. So I decided to start sleeping more. I'm now getting 8 hours a night. I'm starting to feel great. I also wasn't drinking enough, so I started drinking 3,000 milliliters a day. I'm feeling much better because of it. Also, last week I started a bulk, so I'm trying to gain size. I'm at 170 right now. I want to get to 180 in the next 40 days. So I've been in the gym a lot. I actually met a really cool dude named Luke. I was there with my best buddy Austin the other day. It was yesterday, and he's going to help train us, and I'm going to help do business for him, but I'll get into that more later. Midway through last week, we had a little bit of a situation that definitely tested my emotional resolve and who I was. I was cleaning up around my house, and I opened up the garbage can, and I saw a grain of rice fall down. I'm like, oh, that's weird. Didn't think there was rice in here. Then I saw a couple hundred other grains of rice fall down. And then they were moving, and I had maggots in my trash can. Definitely screeched, let out a couple choice words that I don't want to mention, and it was definitely a stressful situation. I brought it outside, cleaned it up, took a while, jeeved me out a little bit, didn't really enjoy the whole situation. But me a year ago probably would have had an emotional breakdown because I just wasn't at a good spot in my life and I had no emotional control. So I was very proud of the way I handled that situation and just overall was able to keep my control and clean it up and take care of things, all while I was cooking dinner. And my dinner came out amazing. I made chicken last week. I personally love cooking. I cook all the time. It's a great peace and just relaxation point for me. So I'm very thankful and happy for that. Let's see, what else has been going on? Last week I started hanging out with this group of girls a lot, which isn't the best because I've been staying up a little bit later and it's been a whole situation of drama about who likes who and such and such. I'm not really going to get into that right now because there's a lot in that and I don't want to necessarily have this be too much about girls. But what I will say is it's important to be honest to people about how you feel, regardless of what you think they're going to think. It's also important to be honest to yourself about who you are and don't let anybody else influence who you are. So you have to be true to yourself when you're around other people. That's definitely the life lesson I learned. You have to be honest about if you like somebody, if you don't like somebody, and who you're interested in, which has definitely caused a lot of stress and issues in the last week, but everything's resolved and it's running smoothly, and I really enjoy hanging out with this group of girls, and it's very good. However, with me hanging out with the girls, I have realized that I need to make sure that God comes first in my life, and I need to put him first in my life. I haven't been doing that as much, and I'm definitely regretting that. So I'm trying to be all in for God. We had a sermon last week about how you need to be all in for God. Well, not last week, Sunday, so a couple days ago, about how you have to be all in for God and you can't be on the fence. I've been really trying to do that this last week. I started journaling last Monday, and with me journaling, I also started reading my Bible again. Read it in the morning time, and start off my day with God, and then I read it at the nighttime and end my day with God. I also journal every day, which is where this information and everything's coming from. And I think it's important just to keep God first in your life. And just focus on Him and not of your fleshly desires. This goes into my no fap because I've been definitely tempted recently, and I was going strong for about 6 days. I hit 6 days, which was good. I thought I was doing very good with that, but I ended up failing 2 nights ago. I was very tempted and just had the urge, just and it just kind of came out, and just I couldn't control it anymore. Definitely very disappointed in myself. I have no excuses about that. There's only successes and there's failures, and I failed in that situation. I'm currently running at 2 days strong, and we are going to make it as far as possible this time. But I want to be honest with you guys about my successes and failures, and this is one of my failures, so I need to bring that up. I have trying to just improve my life all over, and a lot of that comes down to my business. I've been trying to go all in on my business and really devote time to learning and kind of growing what I know and who I am in that business. As I mentioned earlier, I'm running a digital marketing agency, and I provide video production now. I got into that today actually because somebody did a special request. Been DMing people all week during class, just kind of any ad I see, I type a quick message of hello, how are you today, would you be interested, and blah 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 blah. But which has been beneficial. I've gotten a lot of people reaching out to me for specific services, and I'm hoping to close some sales. I haven't had any truthfully successful sales yet. I did land a video production sale today though, but I haven't gotten payment for it yet, so I'm not going to call it a success until I do so. But I do social media management, so I manage people's posts and stuff like that, website design, all types of lead nurturing, generation, email marketing. I'm hoping to get more into ad management, but I have a lot to learn before I do that, and I can't sell it until I know more about it. Let's see, what else have I got? I've also tried starting to post a lot more to try to grow my following and just grow my overall influence. So I do IG, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook post. I try to post at least once a day in all of these. Typically schedule it. So Sunday, I typically do a lot of social media stuff and just schedule it throughout the week so it comes out on the days that I want. And then along those lines, I'm uploading podcasts, which is what this is. I'm also doing a book series. So I ordered 11 books last Saturday. Wait, no, might have been Friday. Ordered 11 books last Friday, and nope, it was Saturday. Last Saturday, and they were supposed to come in like Tuesday, but Sunday. This is actually a huge testimony to God. I was eating lunch and I had a prayer. I asked God if I could just have wisdom, if He could grant wisdom to me. After the prayer, I looked down at my phone and said my packages were delivered. I went downstairs and my books were there, and I started reading them and learning, and God granted me that wisdom. So that was a very cool experience. I was very thankful for that. I'm currently reading The Art of Persuasion, which is really good. It's by Bob Berg, and I have a video series on that where I break that down chapter by chapter. I'll add the link of the video summaries in here eventually. Just need to do that after this. And along the same lines of business and learning and growing, I met a really cool dude at the gym named Luke. He's been training me and my best friend Austin, like I said, on growing in size and trying to do form better and how to eat right. And I started designing a website for him, and I'm hoping to really kind of help him fulfill his dreams of starting a fitness brand, and just being able to allow him to become a trainer Right now it's just going to be in person, but I'm hoping to get to the point where he can have a stage where he can do online training, which would be very good for him, and I'd be very happy to help him get there. Let's see, what else? Along the lines of the gym, I started running again. I went running on Sunday afternoon after my books came in. I went up to Table Rock, which is a really hilly area above one of the schools near me, and I did 3.5 miles. Let me see what my time was. Give me 1 second. I wrote it down somewheres. It took me 37 minutes and 19 seconds, which was definitely a lot slower than I wanted. I have not been running in a while, and it definitely showed. I'm hoping to get that down to like a 7-minute pace by the end of the winter. It was over 10 minutes. I'll put the results up and the elevation changes and everything. Very hilly, so I've definitely grant myself a little bit of slack there, because massive hills, ups, downs, back ups, and down some more, and it was all trail running, so nothing flat or road. But it was a good run, and it was very enjoyable. Definitely felt tough, but I want to get back into it. While running, I had an interesting thought. Part of me had this interesting thought because last Tuesday was my first girlfriend's birthday. She's not my ex, obviously, but and I kind of just felt this weird kind of like connection, and I was almost missing her this week, which is weird. Like, I don't miss her, but I feel as if I miss how I felt. After I broke up with her, I felt a lot of belief that I would never be loved the same by a girl, and I felt that for a long time. While running, I kind of came to a realization. I feel as if there's going to be plenty of girls that do love me in my life, but I'm not confident I'll ever feel the same way about a girl again, and if I'll ever fully be innocently in love with a girl again quite like that, because your heart's a muscle. Every time it breaks, it tears. And when it heals, it gets stronger. It's almost more protective. And I feel as if my heart has adapted to the point where it doesn't want me to fall blindly in love again, because it wants me to stay safe and not be broken. In the last 3 months, it's been very solid, and the only time I've let out a tear is when my dog passed away a couple weeks ago, which was definitely a sad time in my life. But I've been very good at keeping everything in and controlled, and I journaled to let it out in a healthy way, which has been very, very calming and very good for me. With me being controlled emotionally, I had definitely a situation this weekend. My friend's roommates were over, and my roommate's friends were over. That sounds better. There we go. And it was definitely nice, but I was kind of tired one night. Walk out, 6 people all in my house, and I'm like, oh boy, they ended up dragging me out to go get food with them. Then the next day, I'm like, oh, this is going to be great. I actually wrote my journal. I'm very excited for tomorrow. I'm going to lock myself in my room, do homework, and have 8 hours of just me. That did not happen. I ended up spending the entire day hanging out with them, which was a lot. Very exhausted from it. I've come to realize that I'm very introverted instead of extroverted. I used to think I was extroverted, but I very much enjoy hanging out by myself, just learning and reading and working on myself. Come to a very calming place. Just being by myself is relaxing for me. So that was definitely a lot, and I've definitely dealt with a lot of, not really stress or drama, but there's been a lot of situations this week that have tested my mental fortitude and my emotional control, from roommates' girlfriends always being over to them talking about situations in public that I don't want to be mentioned and other things. But I'm definitely thinking that that is looking to be bright into the future, and I always pray about it, and God answers prayers. But that is my first week of my diary, and I essentially hit most of it. There is a girl I'm interested in, but I don't want to mention too much about that, just in case anybody that I know watches this. So I'm just going to leave it at that and say that she is great. She has a great relationship with the Lord, and I'm hoping that it continues to grow. And she seems very, very interesting, intriguing, and cute. But for those of you that made it to the end of this video, God bless you. I hope you have a great day, and you can look forward to a couple book summaries throughout the week and another weekly diary next Tuesday, I believe. I might do it sooner, not quite sure yet, but love you all. God bless you, and have a great day.